Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm the Happy Pundit. I want to address a talking point that I keep hearing in the news. I've heard it on blogs, I've heard it on forums from people like Mike Huckabee and Republican strategists, and I'll try and paraphrase it. It goes something like this. The Republican endorsement process, it's been long and we've all fought hard for our candidates, but now is the time to lay our differences aside and all unite together behind the endorsed candidate, Mitt Romney. To analyze that statement, I have this tool. This is a time-traveling magic wand. So handy that I happen to have one. I'd like to go back to the year 2000 because I recall a statement that was similar that was made about a guy back then. So take me to the year 2000. Ding ding. Here we are in the year 2000 and the nominee is George W. Bush. And what is being said about George W. Bush? Well, he's not the perfect candidate. I mean, whoever gets the perfect candidate, because there are no such thing as perfect candidates, and after all, politics is the art of compromise. But, you never get exactly what you want, but he's a Republican, and as such, he will cut government and he will cut spending, because that is what Republicans do. Okay, fast forward. I need to go now to the end of the Bush presidency. Ding ding, here we are, at the end of the Bush presidency. And what did we get? What did we get for our compromise? Well, Bush outspent Clinton. A Democrat? He did. He did. So we needed a Republican so badly for what reason? Because, yeah, Bush, he outspent Clinton. In fact, he outspent every president before him going back to LBJ. Not good. Not good. Oh, but that was wartime spending. I mean, you can't really, that's not a fair comparison, is it? Not a fair comparison. Except that even if you take out wartime spending, Bush still outspent Clinton. Oh, but I mean, one guy in Washington, he's not responsible for all of the mistakes, right? Because, he has the House and the Senate, and they're doing a lot of that stuff, and it's really all of their faults. Well, yeah, except that, when Bush took office, the House and the Senate were both in Republican hands. So he had a historic opportunity to prove once and for all that the Republican Party really is the smaller government, lower spending party, and instead he proved just the opposite because he also oversaw an unprecedented growth in the size of government with things like, No Child Left Behind and Medicare Part D and campaign finance reform and TARP. Oh, TARP, it's a good one. The Troubled Asset Relief Program sounds so sweet. Troubled assets, we relieve them. Helping Wall Street bankers who are down on their luck and, probably can't afford more than basic cable. So we got auto bailouts and whatever, what have you. This is what we got for our compromise. Bottom line, and now let's go to the present, right? Okay, take me to present times. Ding ding, here we are. And I'm being asked again to compromise and support a guy whose record governor of Massachusetts, the one term that he was governor of Massachusetts. His record is not as good as George W. Bush's was in Texas. And I'm expected to believe that that guy will somehow give me anything that I want as president of the United States. I would have to be taking crazy pills to buy that. And I've decided to lay off the crazy pills because the hangover is just not worth it. So here's what I learned about compromise, because we should all learn from history, right? This is what I learned. Compromise does not mean that I get a little bit of what I want. It means I get nothing that I wanted. Nothing. It means I lose. So, since I want to win, and I see the choices as this, either I can compromise and lose and sacrifice my integrity, or I can keep my integrity, not compromise, and maybe lose, but maybe win too. It's a possibility. So I'm going to bet on not compromising, and I hope you will too. So the Mind Your Own Business Party candidate, by the way, I am a member of the Mind Your Own Business Party. I'm a card-carrying member. I'm ideologically opposed to the Control Freak Party. And our candidate for 2012 is, drumroll please, I actually can't do a drum roll, so pretend you heard a drum roll, is Gary Johnson. Nice work, Gary. Congratulations. Gary Johnson would like to decriminalize drugs. He would like to bring our troops home from war. He was a two-term, that's twice as many as Mitt Romney was, governor of New Mexico, where he took them from budget deficits into huge budget surpluses. We could use a guy like that right now. So congratulations, Gary. You're the Mind Your Own Business candidate for 2012. So thank you, and don't compromise.